Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellie and today I'm gonna share with you some summer knitting patterns I would actually like to make. Hello, I am so glad you could join me once again. I am not a huge summer knitting patterns knitter. I prefer to work with my wool. I prefer to make sweaters. I have made some tank tops, some tees, all of that jazz in the past, and I have just noticed that I'm never wearing them, and even if the opportunity arises, I don't gravitate towards them, so there is no point for me in making something and putting effort into a summer project that I'm never gonna wear. But here is a pattern collection of some things I would actually like to have and I would also actually wear, out of either necessity or just because it would be great to have as a backup, as an alternative. Who knows if I will actually wear them once I have made them, but the chances are a lot higher than with any other patterns. So I have a few here on my notebook, and let's get started with the first one because this is a really cool one. This is the Banco dress by Le Paul. It looks quite intimidating, but I have heard that it's really simple. You work with a DK weight and you work top down, which I absolutely love. I hate making something bottom up. You work with a 4.5 and 8 millimeter, sorry, 4, 5 and 8 millimeter needle, and you have a positive ease of 6 centimeters in this pattern. You make this lace ladder by a drop stitch, which is so interesting. I've never made anything like it before. I don't want to wear this dress as like an everyday dress. It's more so a beachy, lakey kind of dress whenever I want to go for a swim, and I don't want to be covered up totally and completely because it's super hot outside, I'm sweaty, and I just want to throw something over. That is the purpose for this dress. I don't know what yarn I would actually use for this because, to be honest, color wise it wouldn't make a big difference to me since I'm not really wearing it as an everyday thing. It's more so whenever I go to the lake or whenever I go for a swim. It's kind of like that. Don't know if you can see my point here, but that is just the purpose I have put on this project, and I would really like to make it this summer. Don't know if I will actually get around to doing that because I have so many other projects on the go, but I think I could really benefit from something like this having in my wardrobe. The second one is a loved and highly recommended and populated pattern, and I can totally see why. I'm so here for it. This is the mixed rib cami by Florence Miller. I love Florence Miller. I have made a pattern from her before. It was a cardigan. I loved making that cardigan. The instructions were really clear. I knew what I had to do. I love the eye to detail that she has also in the pattern and in all of her other garments that she makes. So I'm really excited about this one because not only does the finished object look great, but also the process of making it. I am not too keen on working with tiny needles, but for this one I had to include it, and I will make one eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it because you work with fingering weight yarn on 2.5 and 3 millimeter needles, and that, my friends, is why I haven't started it. Those are some really thin needles, and I understand why summer garments are generally worked on such small needles. I understand, I see the point, I just don't like making it. I just don't like doing it. That's why I'm not a huge sock knitter, because I work socks with 2.5mm needles, and I'm just so fed up because one garment takes me literally forever, and you knit and knit and knit for hours on it and nothing happens. This is such a nice tank. I can see myself wearing it to the office so many times. This would actually be an everyday piece I can actually see myself wearing, because you have a high neck. It is without any sleeves, because in summer I just like to have my arms free for movement, for airflow, for doing fun things, and it just, this top really ticks all of the boxes. You have a twisted rib design, which makes it also so interesting, because it's not just a plain stockinette garment, it's also not lace, so very see-through. It's like that in between of basic but not boring. You have negative ease of 10 to 15 centimeters, but the size range is really big, so I guess you can also have a looser fitting tank if you want that fit. I prefer to have my shirts and my tanks to be on my body, so tight. Yarn wise, I have a few options. I do have this beautiful knitting for olive merino. It is the standard white, oh it's putty, sorry. It is the putty color, is like an off-white to almost with a grey hue. I could use that. It is 100% wool. I don't know if I want to have a tank to be fully wool, because summers are very hot in Austria and right now in general in the world. We had 38 degrees the other day, so I'm not keen on putting wool on my body. But I have a few other knitting for olive options. I have the pure silk, and I also have the cotton merino. So it's that nice blend of merino and cotton, and not having it purely plant fibers, plant fibered yarn, because that is very hard on my hands. Next up we have the twist loop top by Other Loops. Again, this is such a beautiful pattern, but you work in such tiny needles. You work on the 2.5 and 3mm needles once again with a fingering weight yarn. This pattern had its moments as well. I know I'm late to the party, but I kind of keep coming back to this one as well, so I know when that happens I can't get a pattern out of my head, I will have to make it. And that happened with this one. It's got this beautiful twist design at the front. It draws interest. It's a kind of high neck, so I like a higher neck tank top, so it's also very office appropriate. You have negative ease once again between 7 to 15 centimeters, and it just looks so nice with the rib. My rib sometimes looks really messy because of the way you make the knit stitch next to the purl stitch, because of the way that you hold the yarn, but all of that can be fixed. I'm pretty sure. I've tried techniques before. I don't love making rib but I just love the end product, so I will have to get around to also do that. It will be probably either the mixed rib or the twist loop top, which I will cast on this year, like I said, to have next year. But this is, again, I can't get it out of my head, so I will have to make it because I know it's something I would actually wear. And then lastly, this is a camisole. This is the Ceres camisole by Sari Nordland. You can also have this pattern as a tee, but I think I would prefer the camisole even though I could also make the tea, but the camisole just seems quicker. I don't know. You work with a sport weight. You use 2.5 and 3mm needles. You have this beautiful lace at the front, and that's the interesting bit. It's only at the front, so if you're not super into lace, or if you're not very experienced at lace, this could be a really beginner friendly pattern into the lace making world, because it's only on one side and not on the other. It's also repetitive lace, so it's very easy to remember, and you don't need the chart for every single row. You work it top down, which again I absolutely love, because then you can change the length. I hate nothing more than making a top bottom up and then it not fitting properly just because I got the length wrong. So I love having this one top down, and you have a 0 ease. Not negative, not positive ease, 0 ease. So it's true to your body. Something different. I don't think I have made anything ever with 0 ease. I see the appeal. It can just get very tricky for me because I am mostly in size 1, just like bust circumference size, and if there is no negative ease to work with, I can't make the shirt smaller if there is like no ease to work with. So I guess I'll just have to make it and see if I like the fit of it, if I like the circumference, or if it looks, I don't know, too baggy. But then again, summer garments should be loose and flowy and airy, kind of, and not super clingy to your body with like 20 centimeters of negative ease without being breathable. So yeah, I know the list is not very long of things that I would actually wear, but it's the truth, and I don't like making stuff I will never wear again, because I have done that and it just seems like such a waste. You can go and check out my other video where I talked about that in depth. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you did. Let me know in the comments if you have made any of those things, if you're in the process of making any of them, or if you just got inspiration from me rambling on about patterns and our passion. And yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I hope the heat wave hasn't gotten to you too much, and I'm gonna see you next time. Happy knitting. Bye.